Dear fellow Malaysians, this is Matthias Chang once again from Future Fast Forward. Let me say from the outset, I'm bleeding pissed off, downright disgusted with all the politicians across the entire political divide for their nonsense, lies, cover-ups, and misinformation. Why do I say that? If Tun Mahathir, having resigned from the office of Prime Minister of Malaysia, were of the view that we are in a crisis because of the rubbish within the Pakatan Harapan parties, why did he not seek permission from the Agong to dissolve Parliament? Instead, he resigned and then was appointed interim Prime Minister, all right, to allegedly resolve the problem. That is the start of the nonsense. Why did Pakatan Harapan, knowing the problems facing the country, not renew the mandate? More so when Bersatu equally fed up, for whatever reasons, of the rubbish going on in Pakatan Harapan, which means Pakatan Harapan government has collapsed. Why was not a request made to Parliament, to the King, to dissolve Parliament? Because under Article 55 of the Constitution, if I may read to you, it provides very clearly the power of the Agong. The subtitle is Article 55, Summoning, Prorogation and Dissolution of Parliament. 55.2 says, the young Deputon Agong may prorogue or dissolve Parliament. Okay, there is a solution. Yet, after all the mess has erupted, and Tan Sri Muhyiddin has been duly appointed by the Agong, cries of allegations of backdoor, usurpation of power. Think carefully. All of a sudden, a constant orchestration of propaganda, both domestically and overseas, by some foreigners, cried out in unison. And some domestic NGOs paraded themselves as if they are the guardians of our country and our constitution, say, backdoor to power, backdoor to usurp power. Therefore, you've heard all these versions going on in social media, all right, in public arena. I've also stated in my WhatsApp message to all of you who are on my list, my version, what happened. But now I've chosen to give this video to wake you all up that none of the leaders that's involved in this mess is telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All are shamelessly, filthy attempt to hang on to power or to take power. Okay? Now, why do I say the mess we're in is because of the gutless political betrayal of the country by Pakatan Harapan leaders themselves? An attack on Tan Sri Muhyiddin is actually an attack on the Agong. But they don't have the guts or the lawful right to attack Agong, see, for fear of committing sedition against Agong. So they go by the back doorway to attack Muhyiddin. When you attack Muhyiddin, Tan Sri Muhyiddin, duly appointed by Agong, you're attacking Agong. Because Muhyiddin has been appointed lawfully, constitutionally by the Agong. Why do I say that? Now, when Tun Mahathir resigned as Prime Minister, the 7th Prime Minister, that means he's saying to the whole country, the whole world, I can't be bothered anymore. That's it. I had enough. I resign. Why did he at that particular time, upon tendering his resignation, and before Agong accepting his resignation, request for dissolution of Parliament? He did not. And he has not today explained why he had no guts to dissolve Parliament. The answer is very simple. Alright? Pakatan wouldn't win the election, neither would BN, and there'll be a hung Parliament. And this millstone will hang around his neck till the day he died. Right? It was a sham. But all those involved to seize power or retain power in some way or another, and the whole charade, soap opera, right, was displayed, each trying to show they are holier than thou, they are righteous. Bullshit and horseshit. Now, why do I say it's backdoor to retain power? By Pakatan Harapan leaders said to say, and how to say it, like Tun Mahathir. And now we have his so-called propaganda chief, Khalid Jassin, spinning and spinning and spinning all kind of crap. That said, and I'm going to say to all of you, it's very painful for me to say this. The whole mess is caused by Tun Mahathir and Pakatan Harapan. And a blatant attack on the Agong. Why? Now, before the mess erupted, Pakatan Harapan unanimously agreed at the PH meeting, council meeting, president council meeting, that Matthias should continue and he shall have freedom to decide when to retire after APEC. No date fix, eh? UMNO and PAS and other fringe parties attached to BN said the same thing. We want Tun Mahathir to continue as Prime Minister. But from May 2018 to last quarter 2019, everyone cried in the country, we need Mahathir to continue as Prime Minister. Without him, the country will collapse. Then from the last quarter of 2019 to now, to the fiasco, things changed. And every asshole, hypocrite in this country says, Mahathir, piss off! Piss off and transfer power to Anwar. You see? So let's stop pause here. He resigned. Therefore, the visions of those hypocrites, opportunists, power-hungry bastards in power, in politics and out of power, NGOs and your riot, so-called riot, right? Mouthpiece armchair critics. Your wish has been granted, isn't it? You want to piss off? He resigned. He pissed off. Why are you not happy? And then when the crisis took place, everyone said, we will be bound and we accept Agong's decision, whatever the decision may be. So, they all went and be interviewed. All 222 MPs were interviewed by Agong over 2 days. Okay? They all went voluntarily to express their views to Agong. No request for dissolution. And Agong, after interviewing all the MPs, said, I have not found anyone who commanded the majority. Okay? It was announced throughout the whole country. And then he said, in the next few days, he will try to find a solution. Then what happened? Anwar, the PM in waiting, the lustful, greedy, alright, person for power, was nominated as the candidate to convince the Agong that he has a majority. Alright? Other people were also lobbying whatever reasons. And then, when it was discovered that Anwar didn't have the majority, beach numbskulls backpedaled. And they came together after an intense meeting among themselves to then ask, Mahathir, you be the candidate. Alright? And Tun Mahathir agreed. That really puzzled me. You have resigned because you lost faith. You have resigned as Prime Minister of a government which consists of the Pakatan Harapan coalition. You resigned. I don't care what reasons, right? You have resigned because you're pissed off. And the party which you led, Bersatu, you also resigned as chairman. You turned your backs on Pakatan Harapan coalition and your own party. That means you have burnt the bridges. You had enough. The country had enough also of you. And then when Pakatan all of a sudden says, oh my God, Anwar cannot get the majority, you should try. Alright? And Tun Muhyiddin said, Tan Sri Muhyiddin said to you, can I be a candidate? You agreed. This is on public record. You didn't say no. And by law and by constitution, no one, not even Tun Mahathir, has the right to stop any MPs, and I emphasize that, to stop any MPs from any party to come forward and offer themselves as his candidate. So Tan Sri Muhyiddin was very courteous to ask you, will you support me? And you said in public statement to Muhyiddin, if you have the majority, you be the Prime Minister. Alright? So at that stage, you may have whatever difference you had with Tan Sri Muhyiddin and whatever other assholes you had in Pakatan Harapan is all irrelevant. Because at that stage, every MP, whoever they are, alright, Zahid Hamidi, Hadi Awang, Tan Sri Muhyiddin, whoever, if they feel they can solve the problem of the country, they can come forward and offer themselves as a candidate. Alright? And then Agong, having reviewed the situation, chose Muhyiddin. And because all of you told the Agong, we will accept your decision. But because Agong chose Tan Sri Muhyiddin, not to your liking, you rebel. You started, right, a campaign to vilify Agong. Right? Agong could be misled. Tan Sri Muhyiddin may have lied to Agong, what have you, right? What, are you so virgin, so clean, so righteous? Right? There's only one method. If you disagree with the appointment, wait for the convening of parliament and then do what you want according to the law. But you don't have the guts or the patience because you lost power, right? You were so addicted to power, you couldn't accept the fact that you lost power. So you went on an insidious campaign to attack Muhyiddin. But actually, you're attacking the Agong. Right? But you dare not. You gutless assholes in Pakatan. Alright? Because what Agong did was constitutionally correct and lawful. You have no case against Agong. No case. Okay? Because by Article 43, it says very clearly, Article 43, 2, A, the young Betrayal Agong shall first appoint as Perdana Menteri, Prime Minister, to preside over the cabinet, a member of the House of Representatives who in his judgment is likely to command the confidence of the majority of the members of the House. In his judgment, understand? His judgment, not your judgment. Likely, right? He feels subjective. Who is likely to command the majority? All right. It can be by various means. your stupid SDs and whatever. You can't question unless you have proved you have nothing. So, likely, right? I'm sure had he chose Anwar, oh my God, would there be euphoria? Right? But you only get what you want, isn't it? All this can be resolved according to the law and the constitution. Had you all asked Agong, please dissolve parliament. There is a crisis. We are shits. We are liars. We can't perform. We are idiots. Let the real boss of the country, the Raya, choose us again. Choose us again, whatever. No balls. No balls. Okay? Now, some of you say, unfairly against Tashim Muhyiddin. If Muhyiddin has a coalition with UMNO, with PAS, whatever, my God, there will be charges withdrawn against Najib and all the other people who has been charged for crimes. What is the evidence for the allegation? That means you are saying Agong in appointing Muhyiddin, by implication, right, agrees to the withdrawal of charges against Najib, allegedly, and Zahid Hamidi, what have you. Where is the evidence of that? Now, let me say on record, right? If anybody who's fearful, who should be fearful of such a calamity, that Tashim Muhyiddin, exercising his powers as Prime Minister, will withdraw charges midway in a trial against Najib for 1MDB and SRC, against Rosmah, against Zahid Hamidi, what have you. It would be me, among the very few who had to be fearful. Because he's my greatest enemy, Najib. I reported to him when my client, Datuk Karim Abdul Hassan, overseas, to freeze foreign accounts for money stolen from my enemy. We were arrested and charged, right, under SOSMA and in prison. If anybody has a right to be fearful and to condemn Muhyiddin, it would be us. Plus others who have suffered from the tyranny of Najib's regime. I did not. I fear not, because I have faith in Allah. Justice and truth will prevail. And I have no evidence whatsoever that Tashim Muhyiddin, right, as a Muslim, will betray Islam, the Quran and Allah by doing such a dastardly thing. What is the evidence to accuse Muhyiddin that he will withdraw the charges? None. And you whip up and put fear, seditious fear, against Agong, against the Prime Minister, against the government. I have a right to be fearful. I have a right to criticize, but held back. Why do I held back my criticism of Muhyiddin? I have no evidence. I'm a lawyer. I fought hard against the Najib regime since before 218, right? And I fought hard to expose the rubbish in Pakatan Harapan since May 218. But no one believed, right? That they are a mess. Now, all of a sudden, people within Pakatan Harapan are blaming each other for the mess. Well, why not they come out and expose this filthy shit in Pakatan Harapan? Now that everything is right over, they start blaming each other. Okay? The worms are crawling out of the woodwork. Okay? Now let me say it again. Why are you so fearful of Pakatan Harapan? Why are you so fearful of withdrawing of charges against Najib or Zahid Hamidi? You know why? You're a filthy hypocrite. Because you laid a precedent. You laid a precedent when you get the power, alright? Attorney General withdrew the charges against Lim Guan Eng for corruption. Halfway through trial. Now let's pose this question to all of you, my fellow Malaysians, right? You better listen carefully. Otherwise you don't deserve any government. You're a bunch of hypocrites, cowards, and filthy, really filthy, armchair critics. Why? Right? Who set the precedent? Pakatan Harapan. Now, if example, if Najib was not overthrown, or Mahathir was still in power as Prime Minister of BN, and assuming Najib or Hadi or whoever were to appoint a person who's been charged for corruption, and a trial has commenced because you are innocent until proven guilty, were to appoint someone, whoever he is or she is, to be the Minister of Finance, you will go out and demonstrate and say, corruption, immoral, right? And what have you? You will condemn the Prime Minister or whichever leader that appointed any person to be the Finance Minister. The ministry that demands absolute integrity, honesty, right? And ethics. How come you bloody arsehole, Rakyat, object critics, who talk so much and publish your views in the social media, condemn Tun Mahathir, and demand Lim Guan Eng, hey Lim Guan Eng, you should not be appointed as a finance minister until you prove your innocence in court. Alright? Until the prosecution has finished its case. Then you answer, no case to submit, and be acquitted. Likewise, as I was charged under SOSMA as a terrorist, right? We fought hard. We went to jail. And on the day of the hearing, repeat that, on the day of the hearing, what hearing started, right? The DPP told the court, we are withdrawing the charges without giving any reason. Understand? Just say it like that. We are withdrawing the charges. We insisted, the case go on. We're not afraid. The judge asked the DPP, any reason? Tak ada. Postpone it. This charge not amounted to acquittal. But no reason given. But of course, our case is that you have no bloody evidence, that's why you withdraw, you have no court, no case whatsoever. And you be exposed as a political witch hunt against Matthias Chang and Dato' Khairul Abdul Hassan. So the judge asked the DPP, how long you want to have this case hanging over their heads like a sword over their necks? Will you charge them again after discharging without acquittal? Alright? Will you prosecute them again? And the DPP says, no! No! Won't charge them again. So just says, right, under those circumstances, they must be acquitted, and I was acquitted. Understand that? I stood by the law, by the procedure. Right? No hanky-panky. No excuses. I took the bulls by the horn and faced the law. Now, who set the precedent of withdrawal of charges? Who set the precedent? Pakatan Harapan is there. Right? Who appointed Lee Guan Eng as the finance minister? Tun Mahathir, isn't he? Who appointed the AG? Tommy Thomas. Tun Mahathir, isn't it? So what are you freaking complaining about? Why have you not, from day one of this mess, ask Mahathir, ask Anwar, what Azizah as Deputy Prime Minister? Why have you not asked for the dissolution of Parliament? Right? Do you have any balls or the guts to say, dissolve? We go back to the country and the people for a better mandate, a bigger majority. You dare not, understand? You scumbags, and then you start blaming unfairly, making all kinds of allegations against Najib Muhyiddin. Let me say, objectively speaking, yes, he was in UMNO, so is Tun Mahathir. Right? If you accuse Najib Muhyiddin of Backdoor, did you not invite UMNO members to join Bersatu, to strengthen your party? Huh? Frogs jumping from party. You accept the frogs, is it? And then say, Alright? I don't en bloc. I want to choose. How many members, ordinary members of UMNO were involved in the hypocrisy? Handful, isn't it? You chose Mustafa Muhammad and others like to join you. How do you know they were clean? They were cabinet ministers. How do you know they didn't know what MDB were involved? You accepted in good faith, isn't it? Can you see the hypocrisy, the double standard? All right. What really sickens me, and I'm really disappointed, right? Because when I heard that you resigned to Mahathir, I gave a message out. You are a political Houdini, right? You got out of the, of the trap and resigned for good. That was principle. That was correct. But what shocked me was having turned your back on your own party and Pakatan Harapan. They said, hey, we need you. You agreed. That means your resignation, for whatever reason, was a charade, wayang kulit, and that saddens me. And then, you even apologize for resigning. That means you admitted, right? You caused a mess. No, Muhyiddin, you caused a mess. Assuming Muhyiddin makes some demands which you don't like, and you have some fears of Anwar, who has been plotting and conniving and conspiring to remove you. And I've said so since May 2018. The coup plots, never ending. I even told you once, when I was invited by one of the advisors of Tun Mahathir, of Anwar Ibrahim, Matthias, as a friend, I'm telling you, tell Tun Mahathir to step down now and give power to Anwar. As a friend, I'm telling you this. And he gave me the phone number of the PA or the press secretary to Anwar. Call him. You know what I did? Tun Mahathir, you know, isn't it? I sent a message to you when you're in Thailand for the ASEAN summit. They want you out. And I was told by the Tuesday meeting, they'll plot against you, to oust you. One of your good friends helped me to convey the message to you, to Mahathir in Thailand. And know what you said? You just said, you use a public statement, I will step down after APEC. But now you say, to the horror of the world, Anwar is a bit obsessed of becoming the PA. He scrubbed the whole country. For almost 2 years, the whole country doesn't matter. The economy, the welfare, all right, the future. It's all about him, one freaking person, right? Do you declare what was this wrong? Then you blame the political secretary. Public statement, not my statement. The people will listen to a political secretary than to me. Oh my God! If this aren't you aware what your political secretary is doing? You can't be that bloody dumb, or deaf, or blind. And if you accuse, ask me, you handpick to Minister of Economic Affairs, were plotting as well. As if you don't know. But the whole country, through social media, was accusing all this nonsense. You didn't know? Tun Mahathir, if you insist on that stance, I will telling you, you're lying. I'm telling you to your face now. On public record, you're lying. There's no way you don't know. Your aides and other people in PMO, overrated, underemployed, who have told you, this is happening. Do you put a stop? Do you say, stop to Anwar, to Azmi, to Political Secretary? None. Zilch. And all of a sudden, I realized it was a plot, a long-going plot. Stop lying, please, dude. Alright? And then you complain. You can't see. The Agong, he didn't want to see you. It's his right. You can't demand to see Agong. Okay? The Agong has decided. You accept his decision, but you're not happy. You feel that, right? With the renewed support of Pakatan Harapan, you get a mandate. But you resign already, you understand? So Agong must take into consideration that why do you flip-flop? You resign, you come back again. You flip and you flop. Do you understand now why I'm so angry to Mahathir? I served you for so many years. I was loyal to the principles and policies you represented. And you do always flip-flopped. Huh? And your cronies, your fair weather friends, alright, come running to you. Doon, doon. But those who are loyal to you, you could be bothered. And the truth comes out today, right? You complain you can't see Agong. You demand an appointment to see Agong. Ask yourself, Tun Mahathir. And I will tell you in private, right, how many tantris, tatuks, the businessmen who were loyal to you, hovering around you for 22 years and more. They told me, we can't see Tun Mahathir anymore. We've been so loyal to him, we can't find time. He has no time for us. He's created a Berlin Wall around himself. These are your so-called close friends. Some are Tan Sri, some are Datuk, some are Non, some are your Kuda friends, who tell me I haven't seen him for months. Can't see him. You see? Can you see double standard? Now you face the insult for not being able to see Agong. How do you find your friends who are so-called loyal to you? They can't see you because you created the Berlin Wall. And you knew this was happening. Alright? Because now you have power. Alright? When you retire and no power, so these people came to see you. You saw that. Alright? You needed them, isn't it? But now you have power. They must crawl to you and grovel for appointment. Sickening. Now I'm going to say something. It's not provided in the Constitution. I can't find it. I may be wrong. I stand to be corrected. Any judges, retired or current judges or lawyers, please correct me. There's no such as interim Prime Minister in the Constitution. The only thing I can find nearest it is, right, Article 43.3, caretaker government. If there's a caretaker government. 2 proviso. Caretaker government. But that can only happen if Parliament is dissolved. A Parliament dissolved, the Agong can pick the current Prime Minister before dissolution or any member of the House. Right? If an appointment is made while Parliament is dissolved, a person who was a member of the last House of Representatives may be appointed but shall not continue to hold office after the beginning of the next session of Parliament unless he has been appointed Prime Minister. That means, if Parliament is dissolved, Agong don't even have to appoint, right, the Prime Minister as the caretaker Prime Minister. Any member of the House. Parliament was not dissolved. So how you become interim Prime Minister, I don't know. You resigned. Your resignation, as you said, was accepted by Agong. So you resign and hold no power anymore as a 7th Prime Minister, right? You got what I mean? It's a fact. Lawfully, legally, constitutionally, you are no longer a 7th Prime Minister. and this is a bombshell, if you were reappointed by Agong, right, strictly speaking, you're the 8th Prime Minister, and Taj Muhyiddin is the 9th. But I couldn't find anywhere, by public statement, by anyone, that when the Agong reappointed you as the Prime Minister, you took the oath of office to the Agong, so that your powers, your duties, right, has been legitimized, legalized. I was told, and I stand to be corrected, Chief Justice was on standby. I was told, and I stand to be corrected, AG was not consulted at all. Who advised you? Now, as a Prime Minister, you're supposed to advise the King, isn't it? Under the Constitution, the King act on your advice. Now, did you advise the Agong, look, you may have appointed me, but until I take my oath of office, I'm not legitimate. So I don't know what powers and what act you did, right? As the Prime Minister, because they were picturing you went back to office as if nothing's happened. You're so hardworking. But were you legitimate? Find me, get your lawyers, right? Whoever they are, advisors, tell me, tell the country, right? How your powers and authority have been legitimized under the Constitution, or by any law elected by Parliament, that you can be a Prime Minister without taking an oath. Without taking the oath of office, you resign as a 7th Prime Minister, accepted by Agong. You don't exist anymore, you have no power. You're just an MP, you understand? MP, P. Right? The right has achieved their purpose. You were pissed off by them. And you were pissed off by them calling you to be pissed off. So you step down. End of the story. Habis cerita. You no longer Prime Minister. All your authority, responsibility, duties finished. When you're reappointed, surely under Article 43, right, 2A, Agong must appoint you. Right? That means if he appointed you, it implies you have the majority, right? Confidence of the MPs. Majority MPs' confidence. Then, next step, legitimize the appointment through the swearing of oath. Alright? With the condition maybe by Agong. Hey, I reappoint you, but not for long. That can be done. He has the power to put conditions upon your appointment. Because it's his discretion to appoint you, understand? So, there is a lacuna. Be very careful whether your failure to advise the Agong, the failure to ask advice from your official lawyer for the government, AG, or the Chief Justice, reveals a lacking, right, knowledge or power or authority to do the right thing to the Agong. You see, you didn't look inwards, you didn't stare at the mirror. Mirror the wall. Who am I? But you attack Agong backdoor way by attacking Tan Sri Muhyiddin. And he, after he was sacked by Najib regime, suffered cancer of his pancreas. Fatal, could be fatal. He struggled and struggled and fought and continued to be the president of Bersatu and Home Minister. Right? He's supporting you, Tun Mahathir. And now, because the king appointed him, you whack him. Like I said in my WhatsApp message to all of you, people of Malaysia, every deputy or successor you appointed, right, turned out to be nuts. Total failure. Caused a mess in our country. God God willing, Tan Sri Muhyiddin was not chosen by you. So that trend has been broken. And I pray to Allah, no one is perfect. In spite of his imperfection and whatever frailties he has suffered, that Allah will give him strength, wisdom to do what is right by the constitution. That he will not be like you, Tun Mahathir, to withdraw charges against Najib or Zahid Hamidi as you did for Lim Guan Eng. You set the precedent. So don't accuse that Muhyiddin has gone backwards. And I've told all of you, fellow Malaysians, that in my belief, in my faith in Allah, that Tan Sri Muhyiddin, being a devout Muslim, will not do that. Will not withdraw charges against Najib and Zahid Hamidi and what have you. Because upon his second, he revealed the slime bag Najib and the crimes he's committed. So, my faith is that he will not do so. He will not betray the oath of office and to Agong. Okay. You have to ask yourself, to Mahathir, Anwar, Kit Siang, Masabu, right? Why did you not object to Tun Mahathir, right, appointing Lim Guan Eng as the finance minister? Understand? Such an awesome office, you know, with such awesome responsibility and duty, to be finance minister when there's a case pending. You follow me? And I've told the advisors of Anwar, retired judges, and even AG, do not do so. I done my duty as a citizen. Let the prosecution finish its case. At the end of the prosecution case, submit no case to answer because there's no evidence. And ask for the acquittal. That should be the proper way. What's the hurry to appoint him as a finance minister? It's been shown, right, up to today, the government is running because we have loyal, devoted civil servants. The KSUs, all ministries, summoned by the KSN, right, look after the country, pending the resolution of the political mess. Okay? So this is where we are now. This is where we are now. I therefore appeal to all Malaysians, right? Okay? Don't be hypocrites now. Shut up! If you don't know what's going on, don't give your 2 cents worth of armchair, right? Criticisms. And try to parade as if you know everything. Parliament has been adjourned lawfully, rightfully, and explained by the Speaker of Parliament, Tan Sri Muhammad Arif. Appointed by who? By Tun. To prefer the name proposed by Tun Mahathir, seconded by one is elected as Speaker, unopposed. Your man lah, Pakatan Harapan. He said under the standing instructions, whatever, can be adjourned to May 18th. And under Article 55(2), the Agong has the power to prorogue Parliament for such date so that this mess which Pakatan Harapan created, right, can be resolved. Okay. And I say in my message to all of you, this is a mess, and a very ugly mess of a power struggle, intense power struggle, to be the supreme leader of the Malays, the Malay community. And I said, without reservation, truthfully, there must be an effort. Inshallah, the Malay leaders will put the interests of the Malay community and the country first. Unite the Malays on the correct basis and move forward. And I've said before in my videos, the Malay community has been betrayed by filthy, greedy, lustful political leaders. Betrayed! and they're suffering now. Inshallah, God, Allah, will find a person, regardless of his handicaps or failings. We're not perfect, we're all sinners. He will be imbued with the wisdom, justice, and equity as a Muslim to do what's right. And hold on to that belief that Allah will guide the hands, the mind, soul, and heart of that person chosen for no matter how long to be the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And I think, just as the people give you loyalty and support while you're the Prime Minister, and when you're a member of Parliament or always ministers, right? For heaven's sake, have the humility to give your fellow colleague in Bersatu the space to perform his duty and to contribute in other ways to reconcile, right? Because our country has gone through many of this rubbish, in and out of parties, right? After May 69, Barisan Nasional was formed, right? Barisan Nasional took in Gerakan, an enemy, and the leader thereof, right, became the Chief Minister of Penang. PAS was inside BN, then kicked out again. Then PAS joined Semangat and DAP, right? Then broke again. Then you have Pakatan Rakyat, then Pakatan Harapan, in and out, in and out. What is new? Pakatan Harapan. What is new Anwar Ibrahim? What is new to Mahathir? Nothing lah. We've gone through many times this rubbish. Because you people who hold yourself out to be a member of Parliament, who hold yourself that like you be the leader to be trusted, muck around. Don't think you're that clean. You demand loyalty when you're in power. Now, Tan Sri Muhyiddin is in power. If you are Muslim, you don't open your mouth and talk bad about your fellow Muslim brother. You don't see the speck in his eyes when you can't see the speck in your own eye. That's dishonest, sinister, devious. I have no basis to criticize Muhyiddin. I never did. Because I have no evidence that he will betray the trust of Agong and the people as yet. And he gives his reasons why. He adjourned, asked for adjournment of the Parliament because to enable the ministers to be appointed, right, to get to his office and be able to reply questions and queries in the incoming session on May 18th. What's wrong with that? It's allowed under the Constitution, either through the standing orders or through Article 55(2). Right? What's the hurry? Huh? What's the hurry? You accuse him, right, that there could be horse trading, right, and members of Parliament will be bought. You know, normally, when a person accuses someone else of doing dirty things, they themselves are doing it, you know. It's proven, right? You do dirty things. Wasn't there leapfrogging? You accepted, right? I'm no members. You can justify it by any way, by any reason. No difference, okay? Enough! Pakatan Harapan, enough Anwar. God decides. Man proposes, Allah disposes, okay? If it's yours, it's yours. So, lick your bloody wounds, all of you in Pakatan, lick your bloody wounds, shut the F up. Okay? Do your duty as a member of Parliament. Because this country, right, needs leadership. You don't have all the answers, Pakatan Harapan, Anwar, to Mahathir. Why is that? You don't have all the answers. You chose the path of asking Agong to interview the MPs. Agong has spoken. Eat humble pie. Okay? Cool down. And inshallah, during this period of cooling period to May 18, pending Ramadan and Raya, in the spirit of goodwill, and as a proper Muslim, okay, step forward with humility, with the guidance of Allah, resolve your differences, reconcile the country for the good of the country. With that, once again, I'll conclude by saying, have unconditional faith in Allah. Submit to Him unconditionally and accept that He will always protect, defend, and guide us under all circumstances. He knows everything. The future, the present, everything. So be patient. The sun will shine. There'll be no darkness. Darkness is evil is created of man, himself or herself. It's a karma we suffer for our past evils. And Allah will judge. And Allah will guide those who are correct. So why are you so impatient? Huh? All of you clamor, no? We are champions for the king, the rulers, Islam, and the race. Oh my God, you champion that. You hold conferences, submits. Champion for the Raja, the Sultans, the Agong. And now you screwed. Agong behind, backdoor way, by screwing Muhyiddin. That is sinful. Sinful. My last warning to all of you in Pakatan Harapan. Beware the wrath of God Almighty, the wrath of Allah. Don't be thick-skinned. Be humble. Do right. With that, my fellow Malaysians, I thank you for your attention. And I do not apologize the way I speak to all of you today, the bluntness, the passion, and the directness. Because it's not time for Queen's English. It's not for time, right, for tea party. We are in a freaking mess created by these bloody scumbag leaders across the entire political divide. Step back, okay? Talk less. Don't send your stupid messages right in the social media, right? Unless you know the facts. Don't spread rumors and talk rubbish. And to my Chinese and non-Malay, Indians and non-Malay citizens, right? We are a family. There's a problem with our brothers and sisters of the Muslim community. They will solve it. In the meantime, shut up. Help. Right? Don't stir. Don't spread evil. With that, I thank you once again for your attention. May God bless you all.